Welcome to Planning Phase Syndicate. Thank you all so much for joining us tonight. We have a amazing show planned for you tonight. We have some cool stuff that we want to kind of cover. BIATL or BIATL, whatever the heck you want to call it, essentially wrapped up probably a couple hours ago from this recording, and we are going to actually kind of cover some of the lists that came out, talk a little bit about innovation, lack of innovation, where's the new set leader decks, all of that fun stuff. We also have a little quiz for that we're going to kind of go through with JJ about does he know Star Wars Unlimited or not. With that being said, let's bring in my co-host for tonight. Please welcome Alex, the bench warmer. How are you tonight, sir?
Oh, I'm doing okay. I just started our sealed league at XL, so that's fun. Played yellow Von Rag today because Villain's my best pool, and I got 3 green heroism leaders, so that's not a good start.
All right, for your sealed pool, are you guys doing like every set then, or?
It was 1 pack of every set, and then it's a progression style league. So like next week we get 1 pack from sets 1 through 3 of our choice, and then another pack of sets 4 through 6 of our choice, and then 1 additional pack for every round that we lost of whatever you want.
Awesome. Well, it sounds like fun. Maybe we should draft up rules for that, and or like however you guys are doing it, and we could share that with the world. Sounds like a fun league.
It's very fun right now. It's a little silly though.
Yeah, the one random thing I ran into when we drafted with the chaos drafts is like sometimes it's hard to understand like what's actually going to fit together because you don't know who's going to use the next pack. So you could be drafting villain, and then all of a sudden, like you're like, oh, I'm going to go space villain, and then the people that have JTL like hold on to those packs to the end, and then you're like, oh, well, now I can't do that.
Oh, in our chaos drafts, we forced the set. So like we're drafting set 1, now we're drafting set 2.
Okay, well that would make sense.
But this is sealed, so it's like literally here's your 6 packs, go build a 30 card deck, and we'll increase that by 5 every week.
Fair enough. So also joining us tonight, the Giants they still suck at 2-9. How are you tonight, JJ?
It's a very, very sad, disappointing par for course for the Giants. But hey, at least we get to face off against the Lions next week. I feel like it's betting season again.
Do you?
Jersey.
What do you want to bet? You guys are 2-9.
Hey, Tanner, it's still the Lions. It's still the Lions. They only disappoint. I expect this to be a close game.
All right. I do not as much, but I guess we'll see this week how Philadelphia goes. Go there. I don't know. I watched the Chiefs Broncos game today because I thought that would kind of be interesting. And it was pretty interesting. It's funny to see how many like penalties and misplays people make all the time too. And it's like, what are you guys doing? Like, what are you doing? Like, you could have easily have won this like 4 times over by now. But the best is they wait till the very end and they're tied, right? And then they kick the field goal with no time left, so they don't get the ball back, and they just win. And it's just kind of like a big middle finger, like to last season. So, yeah, I was a little sad. The Lions, I can't watch the Lions half the time because they're never on. I don't have cable, and like my antenna doesn't work very well. So even though I have like a $70 antenna, it's inconsequential where I put it in my neighborhood, it seems. So, I think it's the trees around my like where my TV is. I think because I have so many trees, it blocks some of that, but I don't know. So, and tonight the Lions are actually on Peacock, which I have, so I can watch it, but I can't because we're recording. So, I don't know. Either which way, this week was kind of a fun week. We had, I got over being sick, so tonight I should sound a lot better than last week. We also had our very first Patreon drop. So if you aren't joined us on Patreon, we do record weekly live. We did not stream it live this week just because I was sick, and I didn't have anybody in that tier, but now we have people in the tier. So if you would like to join, we will be streaming a 1-hour session of like a deck that we're playing that we feel is competitive. We're not just going to stream. We're not going to let JJ just stream crazy JJ decks and chart and like say, hey, sign up for our Patreon to watch JJ lose every game to his one-off decks.
Listen, he's got a real slick, like, Jin Urso Dataval deck, okay?
But we will be streaming this week. We'll have a couple of different streams for you to watch, and we'll kind of start to get like a schedule together for everybody as well. We also started our deck tier list. Essentially, I have them rated C, T, O, and F. C is for competitive, T is what we're testing currently, O is for like off meta. For example, my Trench Colossus is in there. We'll have to add Alex's in there too. And then we have F for fun decks. So JJ owes me quite a few fun decks because JJ's our fun deck maker typically. So JJ will be we'll fill this up, and then what we'll do is you'll see it updated. So if you're part of the Patreon on the lowest tier, you'll be able to basically kind of see any of the decks that we're running, and you're welcome to leave like different comments for it as well. With that being said, how was your guys' weeks this week? Everybody have a good week?
Yeah, actually been pretty fun. I just got a ton of cards from the new set. So I've been update a lot of like my old decks with the new cards in there. Definitely been enjoying Gar Saxon yellow with some of the new plot cards like the FN Troopers and the armor. That's really good to deploy. Just gives that automatic buff, and it really the real benefit of having that plot card is that it just creates action efficiency. I no longer have to spend a turn to give Gar Saxon some type of upgrade so that he's stronger. It just happens automatically. So I've been having a lot of fun with it. Still 50-50 on wins losses, that I'm kind of fine tuning the list to. I kind of built it to be more of an aggressive list, but I think I probably have to put some control in it just to kind of balance it out a little bit. But overall, it's been a ton of fun. I like the list a lot.
Awesome. Yeah, this week I got to test out some new decks at locals. I played. All right, that one we saw, Alex. I got to play Jabba ECL. And it was funny because Sam sat down, and Sam wasn't on the cast last week when we talked about it, right? And Sam sits down and he goes, I know how I hate that deck. Everybody's running that. And I was like, I don't think everybody's running this deck.
No, this one's mine, sir. This one's way different.
So I went 2-1 with it. So I did lose one round, unfortunately. But you know, there's only so many things you can do against it, right? Like, I mean, it's funny because the first game I played it, I gave my nephew my Han 4 Tarkin Town or Han 4 Red list because it's not. I'm trying out non-Tarkin Town just because I want to. And like the first game, he crushed me, and like I saw zero spaceships. Like I wanted to be like, there's 9 in here, and 6 of them are like low cost ones, and I'm not running Data Vault for Christ's sake. So like you'd think I would have seen them, but no.
Right, and the devastating gunship absolutely wrecks 3 of his units at once.
Yep. And so like I didn't get it, and that was very sad. And then then the second game I cited in a few things, and then like just steamrolled. Like it just was like a complete, like I was like, oh, here, look. I was able to ECL in my ship round 1 to kill his ship, take the damage back, and then turn 2, he then plays another ship, and then I just claim and kill that ship as well. I was like, next time, don't do that. And so the next time, the third game, he put C3PO on the ground, and I was like, all right, well, you could just have 3
cool ambush target as well.
Yeah. Yep, I'll just wait till Vader can come out, and then you're gonna really hate that. And he did. I left it on 1 health and then like ambushed Vader in, and
Yep. It's a funny deck.
Yeah. I beat game 1 against Sam with the Ray Data Vault deck, but the third game was bad for me because I didn't see almost any Vaders. Like I just wasn't able to get a Vader. And like the first game, he tried to aggro and I countered a little bit, and then he tried to control, and then that was a mistake because then by the time I waited and flipped Hana or Jabba out, it just was able to like demolish Ray.
Yep.
And then the second game was very tight. We're very close, but I just wasn't able to pull a maul when I needed it to do the overwhelm. And then the third game, like I saw no Vaders, he ramped twice ahead of me, and like he held Rivals Fall for Jabba like both games. Like I was like,
As
all
you
right.
should.
I guess I don't know what else. Like, do you just not flip Jabba then, or do you just flip Jabba, let him Rivals Fall, and hope that I mean,
force him to have it, right?
Yeah, and so that was game 2 and 3. He Rivals Fall like Java because he hated playing against Java that much.
I mean, like Java with generally anything that ambushes, or like in our case, like the Cad Banes and devastating gunships, where you're just like, I'm gonna 3 for none my opponent. They can't do anything about it. Don't worry. But we'll get into that later.
Yeah. So so anyway, so that was kind of my week. I don't know what I'm going to play this week. It's not going to be Anakin Data Vault, though. I'm not building Anakin Data Vault. I think we're going to have to look at how do we beat Anakin Data Vault, and you'll see in a few minutes why that is. But before we get too far into it, why don't we do at least a couple of these? Like, I think these would be fun. Wanted to do is, this is just, I don't know where Alex got this, but Alex got this and sent it and said, hey, I wonder how many of these we actually can get right. So the probability that Alex knows the answer is probably high, just because he's already been through some of these before. JJ and I purposely did not go through this. This is on the hardest mode, so we are going to choose the hardest mode, and we're going to do a couple of questions, because I thought this would be kind of fun to do to see if we can get the answers correct. So Alex,
real edge case judge corner calls right here.
Yeah. So Alex, can you read us the first question?
Sure. Player A controls an unlicensed headhunter. That's the 3/2 saboteur with the bounty. That I'm blanking on what the bounty does, but sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, so they control an unlicensed headhunter with Kaz. It attached to it as a pilot. Player B controls the client. Earlier in the phase, player A attacked with the unlicensed headhunter. Oh, sorry, the bounty is you heal 5 when it is defeated. That's what it is. Yeah, so player A attacked with the unlicensed headhunter and targeted with Kaz's on attack ability. Player B, I'm just going to call player B JJ and player A Tanner. They'll make it easy. JJ then uses the client's action ability on the unlicensed headhunter. If Tanner then claims initiative and then JJ defeats the unlicensed headhunter, what best describes what happens? Then as JJ's base is healed for 0, JJ's base is healed for 10, JJ's base is healed for 5 from the unlicensed headhunter's own bounty, or player B, JJ, your base is healed from 5 from the bounty from the client, but not from the unlicensed headhunter.
So JJ, you get to give the first answer. I know what my answer is, but
yeah. So my answer is going to be player B's base is healed from 5 from the bounty placed on the client, and the reason for it is timing. So Kaz's ability went into effect when it attacked, and then the bounty placed on it from the client happened after. So that ability is active, and since it fulfilled the requirement of defeating that unit while still had the bounty, then at that point the client's heal, which is 5 in this case, would take place after the ship is defeated.
Tanner, do you agree?
I would actually say he's healed for 0.
Yes, I believe it is 0 because when you lose abilities, you cannot gain abilities afterwards, and bounty is considered an ability like that.
Yes, and they, even though they don't technically, like, some cards actually state that, like, you cannot gain abilities again, which is confusing because they don't have that here.
Well, they put it in the rules now.
It's in the rules, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna click the top one because I believe it's 0, and we're gonna hit submit, and it is correct, and it actually gives you the correct ruling too. That's hilarious.
It gives you rulings at the bottom, yeah.
Nice.
And then it's basically because the rules say when you lose all abilities, you also can't gain more.
Yes, which is nice because at least it's consistent now, and we don't have to like have text on the card that state that. But that was a new rule last set, wasn't it? That came in last set, I think.
It might have been with JTL with Kaz, I believe.
Was it? Okay, maybe. All right, Alex, read us the next question. We'll do a couple of these. We won't spend all night doing it, but we'll do a couple of these because I think they're fun.
Right, look at this rainbow color of shenanigans
Oh
here.
my gosh.
Right. Tanner controls Ezra, the yellow one. Upgraded with clone cohort, which gives him raid 2. Player B also controls Krell. JJ, that's you, because of course it is. You control Krell and a landing shuttle. The landing shuttle's when it's defeated, you draw a card. Both of them are at full HP. Tanner attacks with Ezra into your base. Once damage is dealt, the Ezra player triggers the ability and decides to play Strike True right off the top of the deck. Player A, Tanner, chooses their own Ezra and the landing shuttle of yours, JJ. How many cards do you draw? The answers are 0, 1, 2, and 3.
I'm gonna go with 2 cards.
What is your reasoning for that? Is it the landing shuttle when defeated and Krell's ability?
So player B is the one that controls Krell and the landing shuttle, correct?
Correct.
Yeah. So because of that, you would get 1 card from landing shuttle and then another card from General Krell after they're defeated. After the landing shuttle is defeated.
They are
It's
at full
0.
health.
Yeah, it only does 3 damage to it.
Oh, that's right. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, the raid is not included
Yeah,
with
that's
the
my
Strike
fault.
True.
Then 0. Yeah, 0.
Your confidence is overwhelming there, JJ.
Yeah, 0. Yeah, I'm just trying to make sure that I didn't miss anything. Yep.
Yeah,
0.
the raid is not affected in there.
Yeah, raid.
It's an on attack only ability.
Yeah.
Which is extremely important for your IG deck, JJ.
But it does count for your power when attacking. So things like Dryden, if you give him raid, the new Dryden, you can double that raid by attacking with the attack. Which is pretty cool.
All right, let's move on to the next. What's the next question, Alex? This one's
this one's going to be wild for you guys. Okay. Player A has 6 cards left on their deck. Then they play Ewing Reinforcement and then find a Kelleran. And Mon Mothma and Akbar. They choose to play Kelleran. What best describes what happens next? Kelleran's ability will allow player A to play Mon Mothma, but Mon's ability will search an empty deck. Or, since there are no cards left in the deck, player A will take 3 damage for each card they attempt to search with Kelleran's ability. Or, since there are no cards left in the deck, Kelleran's ability will do nothing. Or, the non-selected cards are shuffled to reform the deck, allowing Kelleran's ability to play Mon Mothma. The non-selected cards from this ability will reform the deck again, allowing Mon Mothma to draw Akbar. Really weird edge case scenario here of searching through your deck that doesn't exist anymore. Tanner, do you have an opinion on this one?
My opinion is it's the last one because you get to reshuffle your cards and put them back in.
Yeah, for me, it's a timing thing. I agree. It would have been the last option.
So you play the U-Wing, and then off the U-Wing, you play a Kelleran.
Yes.
And then that Kelleran searches Mon Mothma, which then searches Akbar?
Yes.
No, you guys are right. I believe that's how that works. I think you have to shuffle them all back in.
Yes, because you're able to, it's because of how the queue goes. And so you're able to do your queue order, and you have to fully resolve Kelleran, reshuffle your deck, which is part of resolving Kelleran, to be able to then do the Mon Mothma bullshit, stuff like that.
Yeah, but it's like weird because you'd think like under other cases, Kelleran would be like inside the U-Wing, right? With like like if you do an on attack that kills something and the thing is like captured a unit, it immediately rescues it, right? So it's like nested in. You'd think it would be a little bit of a nested ability, but it's not because you are searching through your deck.
Yeah.
And this is how you beat Trench.
This is how you beat Trench. All right, fair enough. All right, shall we do one or two more? Let's do one more. I don't remember how many of them there are.
28, I believe is what it said.
All right. Well, we'll see how fast this one goes. All right, Alex, what is this one?
Player A is playing the new Padme leader. It has no cards in their hand. And then they play the first set black one, which lets you, when played and when defeated, you can discard your hand and then draw 3 cards. So they're saying, hey, what happens when an empty-handed Padme plays black 1? And the answers are nothing. Or Padme's ability trigger, but player A draws no cards. Or Padme does not trigger, but player A still draws 3 cards. Or Padme's ability triggers, and then you draw 3. Because black 1 is when defeated, when played, you may discard your hand, and if you do, you may discard your hand and then draw 3 cards.
I would say Padme does trigger, and you would draw 3 cards.
You do have an empty hand. If that means anything for you.
Oh, you have to. Okay, yeah, true. Okay, then it doesn't trigger because you don't have the cost to pay for it. So yeah, good call. Yep.
So what's your answer there?
Padme triggers, ability triggers, but there's no cards to draw.
Tanner, what do you think?
It's the first thing I would say it's E. You lose the game because you're playing black 1.
That is exactly my answer.
So it's kind of inconsequential what happens, but I would say it's Padme does not trigger, but player A still draws 3 cards.
I believe that is correct because you don't actually have to discard anything with black 1. It's not like
yes.
You just draw the 3 cards, and obviously you're not discarding anything for Padme's ability to trigger.
Yes. Because Padme, because when you do discard your cards, right, you can discard 0 cards because there's not a card number restriction on black 1. But there is a card number restriction on Padme, thank God, because otherwise when you could just trigger Padme every effing turn if you had weird mechanics. Like it just would be stupid.
Yeah, having 0 cards in hand triggers if you do discard your hand with black 1.
Yes. And that would be bad.
Yeah, which is wild because the 0 is a number in this case.
All right, we're gonna do one more. I like these. I think this is fun. We're gonna do one more, and then
they're really cool.
We'll save some of these for next. Maybe we'll do this next week too, or maybe in a couple of weeks.
I would love to burn sand with these.
So, all right, read us the last one, baby.
Player A controls a lurking TIE Phantom and the Sanctioner Shuttle. Player B then plays Caught in the Crossfire and chooses both those units. Caught in the Crossfire is both those units do damage to each other, equal to their power. What best describes what happens? The Sanctuary Shuttle takes 2 damage, Lurking TIE takes 2 damage and is defeated. Or, Sanctuary Shuttle takes 4 damage and is defeated, and the Lurking TIE takes 0. Or, the Sanctuary Shuttle takes 4 damage and is defeated, and the Lurking TIE takes 2 damage and is defeated. Or, the Sanctuary Shuttle takes 2 damage and Lurking TIE takes 0.
I would say it's the last one because the Lurking TIE cannot be damaged by card effects. And the power
of enemy card
effects
it can't be damaged by. You can damage it with friendly card effects. That's like why you can no glory it and kill it, because you're killing it with a friendly card effect.
Right. But in this case, right, player A is the one that controls the Phantom, and player B is playing Caught in Crossfire.
Yes.
Tanner, do you?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
I mean, I agree. Yeah. Yeah, it is still an enemy card, even though the card is telling them that both of them are doing damage to each other.
Yes, because the card is the one dictating the damage was not considered on attack damage.
Yeah, it's considered originating from the enemy card ability.
Yeah.
Which is kind of wonky.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that is smart of them to put something like this out there. I think this is like something everybody should 100% be paying attention to, right? Like,
yeah.
And actually, I'm going to take this and I'm going to add this to my favorites so that I have this, but not my X-Wing favorites. So, for some reason, every time I try to save a link, it always sends me the X-Wing favorites. So,
just trying to tell you something.
Rules make you think about cards. I believe there's also like an endless mode if you really want to challenge yourself.
We could always like time ourselves. Like maybe we could stream it and time ourselves to see who can answer all the questions the fastest. I mean, that would be hilarious.
Or like, because there's endless mode, like until you get one wrong, right? So whoever goes the furthest.
Yeah.
Within a certain time frame, I guess. Because I mean, I could sit there with just an empty rule book and just like look up literally every single thing.
So you could, but the thing would be is okay. So if you did endless and you finished your, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I see. Okay.
100% accuracy, 7 hours.
So we would just say, how many can you get right in 10 minutes? There you go. And then if I get more right because I don't look them up. And if JJ gets more right because he just randomly clicks on them.
I mean, you go C all the way, right?
I don't know. I there's probably statistical math that tells you what you should do and what you shouldn't do.
Sir,
I
this
don't
is a
have that
true and
answer.
false quiz.
Yeah.
Answering C made you get a 0.
So, all right. Well, I thought that was fun. Alex brought that up. That was something that we can kind of do to just to have fun once in a while. I think, you know, I always think rulings, like even though there's a couple in there that we did that were not probable, like that caught in the crossfire, 100% probably probable. That's probably could come up if you play in a tournament because like people don't understand the lurking tie all the time.
Far
either.
more accurate than like Twin Suns, right? Because Caught in the Crossfire is a wild card in Twin Suns.
Sure. Yeah. That's true. But you probably see it less at Twin Suns because you can only have one copy in your deck.
True.
Of 120
but, like,
cards.
But who's running, you know, main deck Caught in the Crossfire?
There was a couple of people that Mace, it was a Mace thing for a little while. So
I think it's a cool card. I just wish it didn't cost 6. I wish it cost like 5. I think you'd see a lot more play.
How about 4? I like 4.
Oh.
Give me a 4 cost Caught in the Crossfire, baby.
But it's fun in Twin Suns because you can. It's just 2 enemy units in the same arena, so you don't even have to do it to the same guy. You can have like one person do something to a completely different opponent.
Yeah, it's just crazy. All right, well, let's move on to kind of the main topic I wanted to talk about. So we have a couple of different things that we're going to cover with BIATL. We are not going to cover the 3 versus 3 for now. I do think that maybe at some point it would be fun to have a couple of the guys that played in that on the show to actually talk about how that works and different things like that. But for today, I don't want to do that only for the pure fact that they don't have a lot of statistics up for it, and I don't know enough about the rules to like commentate on which was good what they did. Because if I understand what they were doing is they had 3 versus 3. They did it like trilogies, but they got to have sideboards and they had to play best of 3 against each other. So like if they had Anakin, Bosk, and Vader.
Yeah, their deck building restrictions are 3 unique cards across all 3 decks, but they're playing simultaneously best 2 out of 3 against their opponents.
Yes. So when
how
I first started watching, I didn't
I'm
know
not
that.
exactly sure, but
yeah, I didn't know how they matched up either, and that was so. I would rather talk accurately about it than like let's try and guess and stuff like that. Because I think that's like that's interesting. And that's like an interesting thing that would be kind of cool to see FFG, you know, take trilogies to the next level. Like I really hope we get more trilogies type stuff. And that's kind of similar to the trilogies format, right? You know, and how they were handling it.
I would love to do like a team thing. I love team events. They're so fun.
Yeah, we used to do one for X-Wing down in Ohio, remember? Maybe we should talk to Recess Games about that. Like
I am still reigning Rust Cup champion, sir. That never changed hands. Forever Rust Cup champion.
I don't know about that.
Team Eastside Michigan.
No, I think we beat you last time.
You guys were not there. We won last time.
Oh, okay. The time before that, we beat you.
We tied, actually.
No, we beat you.
Mm-hmm.
We beat you. We had the title.
Record.
No. We were ranked number 1, weren't we?
No, we were both tied right in the middle. I think Pittsburgh won it last time.
Is that who won it? Yeah. I don't know. I like team events too, and you know, and maybe that's something, Alex. Maybe that's something we have a discussion with the local Michigan guys to see if we can get like a Michigan, Indiana, Chicago SWU thing put together. I do know of a place that we can go to that would host it, and we just have to determine where we want it. Like for Ohio to come to Grand Rapids is really far, right?
Yeah.
But if we were to do Chicago, like do Illinois,
Chicago's closer to you. 4 hours for me.
We would do Grand Rapids, but we would do Chicago. We would do the Chicago area, Indiana, and Michigan, like those 3 states, and then like we could do something in Grand Rapids. Or if we were going to do Ohio, we would do Detroit, right? That way, Grand Rapids and Indiana. You'd almost have to do like Lansing area, I think, though. I don't know. We'd have to figure something out.
Do it in Hell.
I would love to do it in Hell. I don't know of a place that could hold all of us in Hell, though.
That's very true. It's a very tiny town.
Yeah, I don't know.
But it'd be fun, the advertising.
Yeah, come to Hell, Michigan. We used to do paintball tournaments there when I was in high school. So I used to go to Hell at least a couple times a year for paintball tournaments. I didn't do very well.
There's an actual town in Michigan. It's Helltown. I mean, not literally Helltown, just Hell, Michigan.
Anyway, so tonight we're not going to cover the 3 versus 3. Long story short, we are going to cover. We're going to talk a little bit about the 8K pools. We're going to talk about some of the top 8 lists, the top 8 stuff. We're going to then speculate a little bit on why we think we didn't see as much innovation as maybe we possibly could have. And if we think there's any other leaders out there that may be able to do something. And then we'll kind of get into I found like 5 lists that I wanted to cover that I thought were unique enough and did well enough that they should be given some attention and some love. Too. And it sucks because Sabay actually had like 3 decks I wanted to cover, but I just don't want all 3 decks to be Sabay. Like we have to have somebody innovating that's not just Sabay. So all right, let's kick this off. What they did is they had an 8K premiere event where they did solo best of 3. They broke it up into 2 pools. From my understanding, you could play in both pools. And from my understanding, and I'm not 100% so don't quote me on this, but I believe what they would do is the way it worked is you could play in pool 1 and be signed up for pool 2. And then if you made the top 8, you could drop your day 2 and not have to play that. And then they had a whole bunch of side events. So for day 1, as you can see, there was 2 Anakin data vaults, Quinlan Tarkin Town. So there you go, Alex. You get to say I told you so. And a Han Blue Force, 2 Han 1 solo greens, a Han 2 data vault, which I think is actually not data vault. I think that it was ECL, but I'm not sure. Or it was a Han 1 data vault, I think, truly for it. But and then a Ray data vault for day 1. Day 2 was a little bit different. They had a Yoda Tarkin Town deck, which we will cover.
That was Andrew Cox, right?
Yeah,
I believe. Yeah,
him and Lego Pizza both were running that, and I first got wind of that when they were playing. They were playing it in the 3 versus 3, and I was like, oh, I bet this is going to show up somewhere. So, Kira Data Vault, which is Woo, then Tower number 9 ran a Sabine Yellow, another Anakin Data Vault, a Han 4 Tarkin Town, a Cad Bane Tarkin Town, a Yoda Blue Force, and then a Han 2 ECL. So before we go too far, what is your guys' first impressions? Like JJ, what is your first impressions of the 2 sets of leaders?
I mean, I think it's pretty good. I mean, it's a good way for them to get a good amount of a variety of different lists to come in there. I am kind of surprised of some of the lists that actually made it to all the way up to the top 8. But overall, seems like a pretty solid event. Actually, I think this is the largest I can recall in recent memory in terms of like the number of players that came in. But yeah, pretty cool.
I don't think it is. They had it capped. Sectionals are bigger than this.
Oh, okay.
But Alex, what do you think?
I was going to say there's a lot of red.
Yeah.
And green. But there's more red than green.
Yeah. Which they said they thought they fixed by getting rid of force throw. This is not true, obviously.
Well, I mean, you don't really see outside of that Han and the Yoda too many force decks, but Yoda green is not the force throw deck they were going for.
Yeah. You didn't run force throw in Yoda green.
Right.
I mean, you could, I guess. I guess you
Yeah, I
could.
mean, you probably
really
could.
for 3 resources, it still did a lot. So
I mean, I ran into my Han Blue deck for set 3 PQs.
anyway, so yeah, so those are kind of the top 16. This is kind of how it shaped out. The Anakins did get knocked out by the Quinlan Tarkin Town, and then the Yoda got knocked out by the Han One Green. I would say that Han One Green versus the Yoda Tarkin Town is actually a really good. If they have that up, that's actually a series of games I would watch. Again, if you're looking for content and how people like think and how they react to different things, that game was very solid. Like it was not very one sided all the time. It showed the strength of Han One Green again, but then it also showed how Yoda was able to, come back, and then it showed how Han can kind of just come back and steamroll everything too. So, I thought that series of 3 games was actually really, really, really good, and I think it's important if you're looking at playing either of those decks. I guess you should go back and watch those. Though I will say, Sam from our podcast will probably stream Han One Green this week. We'll see. He was very excited to see that Han One Green took the whole thing down. So yeah.
Do you think he knows that I went just as far with Han Solo as he did in PQs? I bet he doesn't know that, does he?
Now yours wasn't Han Solo Green though. Yours was blue.
I know. I'm just because he keeps saying he's like as the resident Han player here, and I'm just like, I've been playing him since set 1, but okay.
Yeah, just that young cockiness there, buddy. That's what it is. So yeah, I don't know. He the Han one, technically I think he made it farther. I don't think he made top 4 with
Oh, he hasn't made top 4, that's right.
No. But you could kind of see here, where some of the stuff, the Han One Green took out the Sabine Yellow. So Han One Green is becoming faster, and the ramp piece of it is not as problematic as what it used to be. Like when you said ramp, you said to kind of choose, how do I control the board? Well, now you've got so many stupid tools to draw cards and put units on the ground. It's not as bad to ramp with Han as it used to be, and you don't have force throw anymore, so people aren't playing pillage, and you don't have a lot of cards to discard. So
yeah, and like the only ramp is just like triple resupply, right? It's not like they're even going super hard with the ramp. Like if you get the resupply, cool. If you don't, so be it. I got a wealth of other options to play.
I saw so much resupply in Han 1 play this weekend. I'm 90% sure they're mulliganing for that card. If they don't
fair
get
enough,
it.
I guess.
I think they are. I think Sam would.
Presence.
Yeah, I think Sam would kind of tell us a little bit about that. I'm pretty sure that that's the thing. But Data Vault didn't win, so you don't have you can hit your resupply a lot easier than you can on Data Vault. So we'll have to come up with a number because I don't remember the statistical number, but you can hit it a lot easier than you were able to. So if we don't have anything else, would you want to get into the winning list, or do you want to talk a little? We could either get into the winning list, or we could kind of talk about the lack of set 6 representation. Maybe we should do that first.
Sure.
Because there was no set 6 representation. There was almost no villain representation in the top 16. Which I find crazy the amount of hero in this, right? Like I get the Yoda Tarkin Town is the Botha Network special. Again, it's just like the Kylo thing, right? Like they innovated a specific deck they wanted to play. But like, where's my villain? Right? Why is it Kira and Cad only? Like what? Where's my Deidre? Where's Deidre in here? Right? Like Deidre should be in here. She's very good. So I don't know, Alex. What do you think? What are we missing? Like, is this just going to be what our metas are going to be for PQs for the next 3 months?
No, I think people are just lazy and don't want to play control.
Yeah.
From what I hear from people, they're just like, why even bother like trying to figure out villainy yet when hero has all these easy, straightforward things? People have to actually put effort into innovating things, so you're not going to see any of the new leaders really, because they have to like test it, and they don't have the history of play lines and situations where they played other stuff a bunch. That's my theory. I don't know. I still think the villainy is probably better than hero. But if you're playing a bunch of like mid-range stuff, I'm sure hero tends to be a lot better mid-range than villainy. But I feel like a fair bit of these decks also just kind of lose the control.
And that's why I didn't know about the Anakin and Danavolt. That's new. We'll actually talk about that list in a few minutes. But I don't know, JJ, what do you think? Like there's no Gar here, right? There's no Gar. Your baby Gar is not in here either. And like there's no Pilot Vader. Like what happened? Like I don't know how Pilot Vader doesn't beat some of these decks. Or more Han Tarkentown.
For me, I mean, I think I gotta agree with Alex. Like a lot of people tend to just reinforce what they already know works, right? And you look at the aggressive hero list. They've gotten certain buffs with some of the plot cards that are available that allows them to just increase their offensive presence when they're deploying their leaders very early on. And a lot of people don't have an answer for that yet, or at least they don't have the experience to counter that as of yet. And when you take a look at some of the stuff like Sudden Ferocity, I mean, that's such a great card to play, especially when you're deploying things like Han or Anakin that really help reinforce your leader unit to have that big swing when they come out. Those are things that are just easy to play, pretty straightforward. Control will eventually catch up. We'll probably just need a couple more store showdowns and a couple of more league plays in order for that to make its way up to the top. But at the moment right now, anytime there's a new release, aggro tends to be the most easiest way to upgrade, and without like sacrificing so much of your play style or altering the deck as much. And it's just simpler. Yeah.
I mean, I don't think there's a ton of aggro. Do you think that Yoda Tarkentown is an aggro deck? I mean, I didn't think it was looking at it. I know Anakin Dadavold is not. I don't know. Like Anakin Dadavold cannot be aggro. Like I don't know how that deck would ever be aggro.
Like I mean, I'm sure it tries to end the game by like Anakin flip, right?
Whether or not people are successful at
doing that is a different case, depending on how well your opponent is able to control your units. But Anakin does do unit control very well, right? Because like his units do swing up. That's why you have, your Jedi starfighters and with those Gungans or whatever. High attack, low health stuff, or low attack, high health stuff, so you can like trade more effectively and actually trade up. So like Anakin's kind of like unit control. Kind of suffers if you just outright kill his units, though. But
I don't know. Like I'm a little disappointed. I mean, I guess it makes sense. Seeing the Quinlan. I mean, the gentleman that ran the Quinlan is a very good player too, and he's been playing Quinlan before. I think the Felipe has been playing Han. He's the only one that flew over for this tournament, so I think he came the farthest. So congrats to him. This is he took down the first one as well.
Nice.
So this was his second one he took down. I don't like, to me, like, I feel like if we had played, like, I feel like Wu got a bad matchup having to play Quinlan, right? Like, I think, like, if Wu didn't have to play Quinlan, maybe Control beats these Anakins. And, like, I just don't, like, I see Control beating the Yoda Tarkentowns too, for the most part. Like, and I feel that, like, any soft control could just fit in here, and outside of Han 4, like, where's Pelps? Where's my Pelps? Like, I feel like set 1 Palpatine just like destroys the majority of this. Maybe Han 1 green, not as much anymore. But like outside of that, like I just feel Palpatine like eats some of these decks alive. I don't know. So yes, I'll be honest, I'm a little disappointed that I feel like we're kind of stuck. But like as you were saying, Alex, maybe it's because they don't want to innovate as much.
Thinking's hard, okay.
To begin with, and it's easier to just update decks and then kind of run with it. So, but enough of that. Why don't we actually cover a few of the decks tonight? So we're going to cover the first place Philip J. Fry deck. JJ, you want to cover the Han 30 health green base deck?
Yeah, absolutely. So for the first one that we got here, we got Han with not Data Bolt. We got 3 copies of the Hotshot Blaster, 3 copies L3, 3 copies of R2D2, 2 Bamboozles, 2 Surprise Strikes, 3 Blue Leaders, 3 Millennium Falcons, 2 the set 2, I think. We got the other Millennium Falcon, 2 copies of it. We got 2 of the new hotness, Obi-Wan Kenobi. We got 3 techs, 3 resupplies, 3 waylays, 2 copies of Captain Tycho. We got 3 Chewbacca pilots, 2 Han pilots, 1 Lando's Millennium Falcon, 2 FSNS, 2 of Set 1 Han, 3 Keller and Bex, and 2 Ewing reinforcements. I swear, I feel like we just saw this in the questionnaire.
Captain Tycho. Flying the A-Wing.
Yeah, exactly.
Typho.
Yeah, and then in the sideboard, we got 2 resupplies. We got 1 additional surprise strike, not supply strike. Millennium Falcon. We got 2 Cunnings, 2 Plo Koons, 1 more Enfys Nest, and 1 U-Wing reinforcement. Definitely really interesting, right? Because this feels a lot more like a Pilot Han deck, but at the same time, you got a pretty good balance between having a good reinforced like space units with having a good ground presence as well, and you have a little bit of ramp with that resupply on there. So it's definitely something that that looks really good. I mean, it went all the way up to the final and won it. Definitely has more of a mid-range feel, but yeah, it's a nice deck for sure.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised there's Cunnings on the side, I guess.
I was going to ask you that. It's like, what do you think those Cunnings are for? Is it for like mirror stuff, or is it like... I'm not 100% sure.
I'm not either. Like, I don't remember seeing him play it this weekend, but I'll be honest, I only watched some of the games, so I'm not 100% sure. Like, I mean, it does the double exhaust bounce, so it probably works very well against like aggro decks.
Yeah, you have to pay 6 for it.
You do, but what I was again watching this guy is his turn 1 play was typically a Falcon or an Obi-Wan was his like premium turn 1 play. And then he almost always, it felt like, resupplied the next turn or blue leader something if he needed to. And so I don't know 100% what the Cunnings are there for, but he was hitting 7 resources, like his 7, or he was hitting his 6 resource turn, right? On like turn 4 when people only had 4 resources. And like you could see that in the finals against the Quinlan. It was very rough for that Quinlan because the Quinlan on 4 resources and now doesn't have a way to stop whatever Han has coming down. And then once Han was going for those Kellerns. That's what Han wanted to play on 7 resources, it seemed. So he wanted to be able to bring Han out, flip, and then resource, and then immediately play a Kelleran, and now he's got 2 units out. So I don't know what you use it for. So
yeah, I mean, like, it makes sense to, like, you know, bring out the Kellerans and stuff like that. But I just the Cunnings, yeah, I don't know. Like I said, it's probably more for the +4 and like the exhaust 2 and just kind of like a massive tempo swing against something.
Yeah, and you can resource, like what I was watching him do is resource his surprise strikes and then using tech to pull them and kill something with.
Yeah, so I can
do the same thing with your Cunnings, because like on your resource, your 7, when you have 7 resources, so on your Han flip turn, right, you could typically, I saw him play Kelleran and then play a tech sometimes, and then it's like, who are you going to kill? Are you going to kill Han? Or are you going to kill Kelleran? Or are you going to kill tech? You know, if you kill tech, it stops him from doing shady things, but now you're eating, 11 damage minimum, and like, I kill the tech because that's just me. Like, I hate tech. Is like, I don't hate him, but I hate playing against him. So I usually kill the techs when I see them because they usually mean dirtier things are coming. But he has no home ones in this. Like, there's no home ones in this list. This is definitely like a tempo deck. This is not I don't even know if I would call this a mid-range deck. The way the guy was playing it, I would say this feels like a tempo deck for sure.
Yeah, I mean, like, Han's kind of always tempo decks, but this one, it seems like a more aggressive tempo.
Yes. Yep.
It's cool. I might try something similar to this.
All right. Well, let's move on to the Quinlan Tarkin Town. Alex, you want to cover the Quinlan Tarkin Town?
Sure. This is Carlos's Quinlan Tarkin Town. Look at there. Made it without forced throw. Good for them. So it's got triple Daring Raid, triple the Hot Shot Blaster, triple Green Squadron 8-Wing, only double Karis Nemec, double L3, triple the Red Sabine, double the Warrior Clan, triple Bamboozle, double Surprise Strike, triple Cassian, triple Guerrilla Soldier, triple of the Set 1 Falcon, triple Red 5, double Waylay, 1 Sudden Ferocity, double Blue Ace, triple Kira, triple Plo Koon, double Depa, and double 7-cost Han. In the side, you have the triple Cartel Spacer, just in case you need to go space. My assumption is lane dodge. A single copy of Let's Call It War, 2 outmaneuvers, presumably 4 space aggro, and then triple jams.
Yeah, I think
more
it's
tempo decks.
Yeah, this is a tempo deck, and like I don't know. I like the Clan Warrior addition in there. I actually kind of think that's kind of cool. Just because like that's a 2 cost, you do 3 damage type thing. You can use it to kill something, or you do damage to something that has 4 health, and then target town it the next turn and still live. They obviously went away from any of the hand discards. So as you can see, they got rid of like the Ahsokas. That was a big thing. Like Ahsoka was a part of it, but she doesn't, if you're not having other discard pieces, she's not always the answer, I don't think. And so as you can see, I don't know about this Blue Ace, but I guess it makes sense because it's an ambush, right?
Yeah, and like you can always like ready up the thing you're ambushing into, right? So like if it's already right, like if it's already exhausted, who cares? Because you're killing it.
Mm-hmm. So that kind of makes sense, like having something that's a 4/5, that they can ready.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's a little weird only seeing the 1 Sudden Ferocity. I mean, I guess you have the 3 Hotshot Blasters, but the Sudden Ferocity is such a nice card to have on Quinlan's flip. I don't know. I would be remiss to not have at least 2 of those in this deck. So, but other than that, it's a standard Quinlan. So.
Yeah. 1 seems kind of weird. Like it's as if you don't draw it on Quinlan's flip turn. It's like, what are you doing? I mean, I guess you could attach it to vehicles, right? Because it doesn't have that restriction, so it's versatile. It's just a 1-off seems a little bit strange. Also, double Karis seems a little bit weird to me. You'd think you would take that over triple Sabine, like have double Sabine, triple Karis?
Unless they just wanted that extra health. I don't know.
Maybe they only pulled 2 Karis because it's a rare.
No, I'm sure that's not
It's actually probably more because they have like just the sheer amount of yellow cards they have in here that it makes the red disclose a little bit
harder.
inconsistent.
Yes.
But Karis also has hidden.
Yes.
So.
And you can't. It's really hard to kill. So. All right.
Yeah,
well, let's move. Go ahead.
My only comment on this is like I think the only thing that would be probably useful is just having maybe just having an open fire at least as a consideration in case you run into like that one-off chance that you need to like take something out in conjunction with Tarkentown. Probably could be a nice boon for this, but overall good deck.
Yeah, I don't know. This deck typically just goes mostly aggro. I don't know. I would probably put Quinlan back on the table and play something similar to this. I could see myself doing that.
The double surprise strike is a little bit surprising as well. Just because typically you just run 3, right? But I mean, sure, I get
cut cards somewhere. I mean, you could cut the Sudden Ferocity and go triple surprise strike there.
I probably call 1 Kira, but yeah.
I don't know. Kira, like that's what can stop the Hans, though, right? Like the Kira, if you have Kira in hand ahead of time, Kira stops a lot of the Hans shenanigans.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's move on to the Anakin Data Vault deck. All right, yeah. So this is the Anakin Data Vault deck. We are only going to cover this Anakin Data Vault. I did not look to see how similar all the other ones are, but I'm pretty sure they're pretty close to being similar. If one is that much different, next week we will amend the segment and cover that deck. That this is triple Bounty Hunter's Query. You could definitely tell Grumpy Elephant has his fingers in this. 2 Gunjis, 3 of the Jedi Starfighters, 3 Karis, 3 Minis, 3 Outer Rim Constables, which, by the way, did you know there's 2 Outer Rim cards? There's an Outer Rim Constable and an Outer Rim something or other, something else.
Outer Rim Outlaws?
There you go, yeah.
Run those in the Gar decks?
Yeah, and they have, like, similar pictures. So I think it's the same guy. That's what it looks like. He looks like he's in that other one. Anyway, 3 Sabine, 3 Blue Leaders, 3 of the Cassian, 3 Cobb Vanth, 2 of the Gungan Warriors, 2 of Huangs, 2 Obi-Wans, 3 Red 5s, 2 of the Sindari Peacekeepers, 3 Open Fire, 3 Jedi or General's Blades. Again, 1 Sudden Ferocity, 2 Tychos, 2 Chams, 1 Poe Dameron, 3 Queen Amidala's, 1 Sintakaz, 3 Kellerans, and 2 Home Ones. And their sideboard is JJ Heaven. It is 2 Legal Authorities, 1 only Fang Fighter, 2 of the Eager Escorts, 2 Bright Hopes, 1, or the third, I should say, Cham, 1 Lonely Punishing One, and a second Cinta. I do not like their sideboard in any way, shape, or form. I do not understand it.
It's a bit odd, even for me. Even for me, I'm like, maybe.
Like, you don't need the third. If you're not going to run 3 Cham main deck, you don't need to add another one and just cut the Cham. Like, the Bright Hopes I get, the Eager Escorts I get, but why 1 Punishing One and 1 Fang Fighter? Like, what are you putting 1 Fang or Punishing One in here for? Like, what is it doing for you?
Yeah, I don't know specifically why you would want just one off. I mean, I get that it's functionally the 4th Outer Rim Constable, right? The disabling Fang.
I guess.
I'm switching between ships here. Yeah, the Punishing One is. I don't know if they also go wide and a bunch of their units are also damaged. They can at least inflict a lot of more things, but like that Punishing One can also just be like a second Poe because you only have 1 Poe.
Yep.
Yeah. I actually would probably move that Cinta Kaz main deck and move the 1-off Poe to the sideboard and make it 2. Like, I don't know why you would run just 1 main deck Poe. Like,
I don't know. Maybe people actually draw cards in their decks because I don't. Maybe they get their 1-offs.
Because you know what happens with Bounty Hunter's Query, right? Like, somebody you kill something and then you see, oh, there's the 1 Poe I have. I guess it goes to the bottom now. Like,
right?
That's what happens to me. So I cry every single time. I actually quit running Bounty Hunter's Query specifically because they would cycle through cards I liked and then I would get sad.
The only times I know and I pick it up and I'm like, hey, that's like 3 Craving Powers and like 2 other useful cards that I need. Then that's at the bottom now.
Yep. Or 2 Overwhelming Barrages. That happened to me against Sam this week. It's like, oh, there's my Overwhelming Barrages. The next there's my Power of the Dark Sides. All right, well, I guess I'm not winning this game.
Hey, my Green Vader managed to do, I think it was double Maul, double Crate, a different Vader, or like the other 7-cost Vader that I was running, and like a Reinforcement Walker and like 2 OBs, and I'm just like, that's the entirety of my end game. It's just 1 Vader gone.
Which that's sad. Back to this deck. I don't understand why you have 1 Poe in here and 1 Sudden Ferocity. Like, to me, I would just, for consistency's sake, I would want the 2 Cintas. I mean, because Cinta isn't like a horrible unit to have down. And like, if you only have 1, like, how often are you seeing it that you're able to resource it? You know, like, I don't know.
I agree.
Like, I think I don't really have any qualms for the most part with the rest of the deck. It's a little weird. There's no, you could have Grogu's in here. Like, I kind of feel like a Grogu would do decent in here for some of the other stuff that you have that has a little bit higher health on it.
I think it's just straight like let's go
just unit for unit
as mode tempo. Yeah, I mean like your Padme swings for 7 and can just blow up like an official and not take damage, right? Like that's just a lot.
Yeah.
Of like unit control. You just out tempo your opponent.
I guess. But I really outside
can't kill
of that
Jabba though with that Padme.
Nope. I don't like the one-off Poe, and I don't like the sideboard. I don't like the one-off Sun and Ferocity either, but whatever. I mean, like in a 60 card deck, I guess who gives a shit? You know, that's the Poe bothers me, I think, the most. I think I would run 2 Cintas if it were me. And I would have Poes in the side for when I actually need the Poes. And I probably would actually run 3 Poes in the side. Because like if you play against space decks, I mean, you have some space in here, right? You know, but you have 6-9 space units. You have to see
those Jedi starfighters do so much work in space, but also you might be able to race them. Like you have triple blue leader and Hu Yang, right, and General's Blade, so you can probably outrace a lot of space. Just with the space units you have in here.
And then do you move the home 1s to the side and not run home 1 main deck? Because if you're just racing and put other things in here that help you race.
I think you still want the versatility, and it's Data Vault, right? Like I probably actually wouldn't even main deck the Chams. I don't think that's necessary. I mean, I guess Han's a thing, right? So maybe just don't play Poe.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the Poe's the thing that goes for me. I do agree with you. The Queens, or is there? I wonder if there's other cards that create spy tokens that you could put in here that would be beneficial.
Like Cobb Vanth is an official, so you can blow him up and then get his ability. And the Outer Rim Constables also officials.
That's true. They are. Oh, and the Nemes are officials.
And the Nemes, yep. Yeah, there's more than you'd expect because the things that are officials aren't like the Outer Rim Constable. I don't know why he's an official, right? But he is.
Because he's a constable, man.
Yeah.
He's a pig, so I don't know what to say.
He could be Odo. You never know.
He's definitely not. All right. Let's move on to the next top 4 list that we have here is a Yoda Tarkin Town. Which one of you wants to cover Yoda Tarkin Town?
DJ, you played against Andrew Cox, right?
Yeah, definitely.
There you go. There's a connection.
Yeah, so Yoda Tarkin Town, we got 3 copies of Owen Lars, 2 Daring Raids, 1 Adigalia, 3 C-3POs, 3 Jedi Aether Sprites, 3 copies of Karen, 2 Yaddles, 3 copies of Red 3, 3 Village People, 2 Yodas, 2 Aggressive Negotiations, I think.
Yep.
3 copies of I can't read that.
Knowledge and Defense.
Yeah, Knowledge and Defense. Yeah,
-2/-2 draw a card.
Yeah, 3 Year My Only Hope, 2 Sudden Ferocities, 2 copies of Galen Erso. Yeah, that's a great. 2 copies of the Iterant Warriors, 2 Fellow Dragons, 3 copies of Rey, 1 Captain Rex, 3 copies of the Hammerhead Corvette, 1 Rivals Fall, and 3 Luke Skywalkers. Then sideboard, we got 3 copies of the Concordia. We got 1 additional Rivals Fall, and there we go. Anyway, sorry. And then 3 restocks there. So it's interesting with this particular deck with Yoda that it has, I think, just enough force units on there to kind of take advantage of Yoda. But at the same time, I think I would probably try to equip. For me, I love equipping lightsabers on like these force units, but I don't think that this particular list needs it. But
you don't want things that people blow up.
Exactly.
This list does not want lightsabers.
Yeah, precisely. And I think that when Yoda deploys anyway, if you happen to get that sudden ferocity in there anyway, that's all you need really for Yoda when he deploys on there. Really, it feels like it wants to be more of an aggressive Yoda, especially with that Tarkin town. But it doesn't necessarily have to be that way. I mean, you do have just one Sentinel piece on here with the village protectors. That's I think enough for the early game for you to set up your side, and then just deploy heavier units that can help you finish the game, especially when you start bringing in that Hammerhead and the Luke Skywalker to go in there, and Rey's also pretty good as well. But yeah, definitely interesting list here for Andrew.
I'm surprised. I mean, just kind of like the lack of options to deal with space.
Yeah.
Right? Is that not like the first thing that pops in your head? I don't know.
Yep.
Maybe I consider space too much. I mean, the Jedi Starfighter helps for like Vader, but like I don't know what this does against like
And
Anything
Red
else?
5, but yeah,
like
that's about it.
Han 4.
They kind of admitted on stream that this deck suffers the space.
Yeah,
and
if
it's
you look at
25 health.
I was gonna say, if you look at the sideboard too, right? Like you got the Concord interceptors, which are a nice sentinel piece for the space unit, but this is definitely very ground heavy for sure.
I don't know why you'd put the Concord Dons instead of like the Purgles. They can't sanction or shuttle the Purgle, and you already have the options for the Vader, right? So maybe that's the opposite way of thinking. Maybe they already have the answers for the Vader, so it doesn't matter if they sanction or shuttle. But like Han runs sanction or shuttle.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do that to a Purgle.
Nope.
I like the Galens. I think Galen's a cool card. It's cool that you can sudden ferocity and Galen on the Yoda flip. I'm surprised only 2 aggressive negotiations because, man, do you draw cards in this deck? You might as well just have a third one. I know it's on the side, but you might as well have a third one for like, hey, I swing for 10 now.
Mm-hmm.
The one rival's kind of weird. The one Captain Rex is a little bit strange to me. Like, I think he's a very solid piece, and you don't have an insane amount of damage dealing in this because it's more of like a grinded out efficiency kind of deck. So you think you want maybe like 2 Captain Rexes so you can hit swing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like if they're running space, you could just give the space unit at the Sentinel. Who cares? And just free up the ground. I just feel like if you're running into space things, you really have to rely on drawing that Rey. And if you don't, well, that kind of sucks. I mean, you have a fair bit of restore. It's kind of weird the single Adi with double Yaddle. Not sure if people are really trying to like play around Kira or if like that split's just better or whatnot. You think it would be like a 2 and 2 or like an all or nothing kind of thing to me?
I don't know
agree.
because
Yeah.
Adi. I mean, Adi is good in this deck because it does the extra damage to the base for people playing events. But Yaddle gives you the restore, but it only gives extra restore to like a few units. So
Yeah,
is it
it's
really
like
even
Adi
worth it?
herself, Yoda, and the Itinerant Warriors.
Yeah,
And then
and
I guess
you
Luke
only have.
and
Yeah, but Luke, if you get to Luke, you can just restore everything, and you don't need
like
Yaddles by that point.
and a Rey unit is a Jedi. You
Sure.
can restore with your one Rey because you had a player for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know how this. I didn't know how the Kylo Tarkin Town deck worked either, though. So there you go. So I'm a little surprised that this is using Tarkin Town where you could just use a Force deck, because like some of the stuff in here feels like there would be better if it was a Force deck. But I guess you don't get Force throw anymore. So I don't know. Like there's lack of Sentinels, there's lack of Bo-Katan. How about that? Like you figure if you're going to 7 resources anyway to get
Sure. I'm not sure if you want to go up to 9.
I guess
Not with Tarkin Town. If it was like a Force deck, maybe.
But
This is less grindy.
Sorry. That's why I don't know. I guess I just don't know 100% how the deck works unless like I actually think you should have 3 Galen Earthholds in this deck. Like I think Galen is that good personally.
This deck just super loses the control though, right?
I would assume it would. I would assume this loses control and
there's
anything
nothing
heavy
here that is threatening to me.
Well, there's nothing in here that deals with space either. Like you know who you should have in the sideboard? you should have Marin in the sideboard then if you're going to do this. Like Marin like allows you to discard to do the damage to the space units if you don't have space units. Like you can play a Concord down all you want. I'm just going to capture it or I'm going to kill it. Like I don't like
maybe side like entrenched. I mean, you got triple confiscate, but like main deck the third aggressive negotiation, main deck the second rival, cut one of the Concord Dawns, cut the Obi's Aether's Pride for a couple Purgles, and then run a couple entrenched.
Yeah, that would make sense. The entrenched would be very good to have in this deck.
Yeah, but worst comes to worst, you can entrench your own thing.
You know, like what is Owen drawing you as well, right?
The Ray. Just the Ray.
That's all you care about is just drawing the Ray? Okay.
You also don't really have like an insane amount of card draw, right? Because you have the C3POs, you have 2 Yodas, you got the knowledge and defense. I guess you could draw Ray off the knowledge and defense. That's kind of cool.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Give something -2/-2, and then do 2 damage to it.
Yeah, and like I think I seen him play the knowledge and defense, and then use like swing in with like a sentinel unit to keep the shield or whatever.
Sure.
And, like that made a lot of sense to do that. I like knowledge and defense personally, but we talked about that before the show. Like I have a love of that card. I think I ordered 3 hyperspace cards for my decks. So I don't know. I think this is we talked about there wasn't a lot of innovation. I do actually genuinely kind of think this is kind of a different iteration of Yoda than we've ever seen before. And this has definitely got some innovation with some set 6 cards. So I will definitely give them credit for that. All right. Well, let's move on to the next one. We have Woo's top 8. Kira, Alex's absolute favorite leader of all times.
Still don't get it. But yeah, Kira Dadavolt. Again, just because one player does it really, really well doesn't mean it's a good deck. Cough.
I did pretty good with it too, but keep going.
Yeah, I just, I don't know. Kira Dadavolt, triple Dr. Pershing, triple of the Imperial Dark Trooper. That's the 3/3 for 2. They just released this set. Triple Inferno 4, triple Lobot, double Pike Sentinel, double Death Trooper, triple Ogdo, triple Super Laser Tech, triple Power, triple Resupply, double Fell, double Vigilance. Not rocking the 3rd Vigilance in the main deck. Just double Vigilance. Triple Cad Bane, triple Sadie Gunship, double No Glory, triple OB, double Craving, double Anakin, triple 7 Cost Vader, double Maul, double Hyperspace Disaster, a single Reinforcement Walker, 1 Snoke, only 1 Super Laser Blast, 1 Avenger, double Green Devastator. On the side, you have 1 copy of the Eager Escort Fighter, the 3rd Vigilance, the 3rd Anakin, double Eye of Zion. I know JJ loves that. Double Palps Return, a 2nd Avenger, a single Relentless, and a single Annihilator. Go for it, Tatter. Tell me why this is incredible.
I can't because I don't understand. This because okay, what he's done is he's taken this deck from like a true like soft control, even borderline hard control style deck, and made it into like a mid-range control style deck is what he's done. This is easily a mid-range deck. His top end is not what's carrying him, which is very similar to the Jabba deck that we have, right? It's just this one has a little bit less healing and a little bit more units to trade with. I do not like this version. I do like the Cad Bane in it. Like, I'm not going to say I don't like the Cad Bane. I think the Cad Bane in Kira is actually really, really, really good.
Yeah, because you can trigger Kira and then plot out Cad Bane, which is pretty nice. They have 4 health or left.
Exactly. Yep. And I actually think that 3 Craving Power would be better than the 3 Overwhelming Barrage in this deck too. But you do have other units. I do not understand the law. Like, just cut the Vigilance. I run top targets or something. I don't know. Like, I like Vigilance. Don't get me wrong. Like, I think Vigilance is one of the best cards in the game, personally. But
it doesn't really fit the style deck.
It doesn't fit the style deck.
Or heal? I don't know.
You're not. They're not with 2 of them. You're not. You have nothing to recur them. You like the healing. Yes, the healing and kill like makes sense, right? Because he doesn't. But it feels like there's quite a bit of Sentinel, right? And there's quite a bit of Kira shenanigans. Like Lobot with Kira is actually really good, because you can shield him, and then he has power.
Two shielded Sentinel.
Yep. So for 2, well, I guess technically it's for 3, right?
Yeah.
But
I
this
don't
is
have a complaint about that.
Yeah, it's also where's my supremacy ties? Like my sideboard, in my opinion, the sideboard should have supremacy ties and eager escort fighters, and get rid of the 3rd Anakin, get rid of the IS Ions. They don't really fit your play style. And I don't know. This is not my preferred Kira, but I've also kind of just played Iden recently over Kira. I actually just felt Iden was better than Kira.
100%.
Just because there's extra heals that you get that we don't get with Kira. But if you are talking moving this from a, control down to, an actual mid-range deck, it makes a lot of sense to some extent, except for I would probably move Devastators to the side and like put Snokes and stuff in there, because you're not ramping to them anymore. Or get rid of your Super Laser Blast. What are you going to do with your one Super Laser Blast?
I'd probably cut the Avenger, keep the Devastators, side the Super Laser Blast, add in the Snoke and a Reinforcement Walker if I'm really trying to go for mid-range.
Yeah.
Maybe cut the Vigilance.
Yeah, not having at least 2 Reinforcement Walkers hurts. You really should have 3 though in Kira, because you're ramping, so that draws you the cards you need. As you can see, there's the Pershing. Like, I actually would cut the Pershings in this deck if it were me. I would probably just cut the Pershings immediately.
You lose out on a first turn play.
You do. Well, there's other things you could put in if you really wanted to, right?
I don't know. I think I'd still cut the Pershings, because you still have enough first turn plays, I think, on average.
It is Data Vault. It is Data Vault. So you do have another 10 cards in there. So you generally want to get at least 2 more first turn plays, typically 3. I mostly see 15 for a Data Vault deck. But you could do it like the 2/4 Atreus Acolyte, right? Like you can, or
yes, 100%. Yeah. Like that goes in there. There's, if you want the hidden one, there's that black hidden one that's a 3/2 Acolyte guy.
You kind of want to give him a shield option, right? So,
well, that one's a 3/2 that can be played on turn 1 that can then just swing in. You could also be playing Merciless Contest. Like that's kind of an option too.
It's more control. But yeah, there's other things. You could just run a 3rd Pike Sentinel, right? And then 2 something else, 2 Pershings. Yeah. I don't know. Blue Villainy players love their Pershings.
They do. And this is not a bad deck, right? Like, I don't think overall. I just think it's a shift in the Kira style that we've seen to more of a mid-range style.
I'd rather play my Java deck. And not because I don't like Kira and I love Java. It's more like I just feel like if you're going to do like a mid-rangey style, semi-soft control, mid-range style, like Java just kind of does it better.
Yeah. I don't know. We could test it. Maybe that's something we test online. So. All right. Well, let's move on to the next one. We have the last one I had on the top 8. Because again, there is other stuff in the top 8, but there was like 2 or 3 more Anakin Data Vaults and another Han. And I was like, all right, well, let's not cover repeat decks, because we do that all the time, right? Let's actually cover real decks. So we're going to cover this Han to Force deck, and then we'll move on to some of the more fun decks, I guess we should say. So this one has 2 Owen, 2 Force Lightning, 3 Yaddles, 3 Entrenched, 2 Cassians, 2 Ezras, 3 Grogus, 2 Marins, 3 Ogdobogdos, 2 Aggressive Negotiation, a Lonely, Power of the Dark Side for their Anakin.
3 Force Lightning. You don't need the other random power.
3 Turrets, 3 Idiot Warriors, 3 of the Keanu Moodies, 2 Fell the Dragons, 3 Poes, 3 Anakins, 2 Captain Rex, 3 Luke Skywalkers, and 3 Crate Dragons. In the side, they have 2 of those Constables, 2 Chams, 2 Galens, 1 Shatterpoint only, 2 Bombing Run, and a lonely little Lando. Which I don't know what the Lando gets you, so
cool. I mean, it's a heal 6.
Sure, but why have one again? Like,
I don't know.
I
Why
don't
not
know.
pay one more and heal 8 with redemption?
you could do that too.
You're already
I
going
think
up the crate.
overall, this is a pretty solid deck. They obviously they went crates main because that's the big winning condition, right? Is how do I stick a crate down and can you answer it? Yeah, I will say just cut the power and go straight to the Force Lightning. You should at minimum in this deck have 3 Force Lightning. I will just state that emphatically. This deck needs Force Lightning, especially with Force Throw being cut. I think it's crazy to only have two Cassian. So I do not understand that in any way, shape, or form. But
I feel like
it's
they're
not
playing
a
the
force
Cassians
human.
more as just like a 3/3 for 2 to start off more than. I mean, I'm assuming this mostly what those Ezras are there for as well. But like, I think it's weird that they're only running like aggressive negotiations. It's a good card, comes out of nowhere, but like, I guess you have the Academy for card draw, so never mind. Run 3, YOLO. Who
Yeah.
cares?
Well, and this deck also doesn't have a lot of space presence.
Yep.
So, again, they used to run hammerheads, right? And hammerheads was a great way to deal with space. Now, if you're playing in a meta that doesn't have any space in the top cut, I guess, except for one deck, do you really care? Like,
yeah, because this doesn't have any space units, right? So
no. And like, I get the Galens can call something to stop space decks, but that's usually a little too late. And bombing run seems like a bad fix, in my opinion. I'm just going to state it, and it'll be the Tanner's one hot take of the night. I don't think bombing run belongs in this deck to counter space. I think you can put space units to counter space, and I think you will do a little bit better. Just my opinion.
Just play the Perkles. He can play them for 4, and they're a 2/5.
Yep. So, other than that, I think this is pretty typical of what we've seen. The aggressive negotiation is a little bit different. That's fine, I guess. I don't disagree.
That's a nice
it.
surprise finisher.
Yeah, and like I do. Go ahead, JJ.
I was gonna say I would like to know the stats of how many times they actually got to play Crate Dragon on this deck. Like, it would be really interesting to see like how far they actually got with that. So yeah.
When I played this deck, I played Crate Dragon every game, or
Nice.
I lost before Crate Dragon. So
Wow.
that's why you run 3 of them. They didn't always.
Yeah, I almost always play Crate Dragon when I do like on 2s, but I don't know. My games go more than like 6 resources, which apparently is just unheard of.
No, that's only in draft or sealed. But no, I could tell you, JJ, when I played this at Worlds, I hit a Crate Dragon. Every game that I did not lose before Crate Dragon churn, I played a Crate Dragon. Didn't mean I always won, but I did get to play it. So all right. Well, those are the lists for the top 8. The top 8 that we covered. We have the links posted in the description. You're welcome to peruse those as you like. I think I made them all enlisted. What I want to do now is move on to a few of the remaining lists that I kind of found interesting. One of them, Crispy, being one of those people. We thought we would cover Crispy's list since he was an old X-Wing friend. I love the Crispy, and he likes to play innovative decks. So,
speaking of people who actually decide to innovate and do stuff.
Yep, that's what these decks are trying to say is what did well that is either newer or a little bit more innovative than what we've seen before. And I will tell you, what has never once, I don't think ever once, even made a top cut. So,
it did once. But you couldn't find it because they misspelled Watt as War Tambor.
Oh,
so it never showed up. Like on the if you search for it, you'd have to like find it directly.
That's absolutely hilarious. So,
all right, well, who remembered that?
Who wants to cover this? Is Mickey D's 9th place finish in Pool 1 for BIATL. This was a Padme Tarkin deck, so I was like, oh, let's cover Padme Tarkin now.
Sure. Yeah, you got Padme Tarkentown. The new Padme, I guess, for specifics.
Yes.
Secret
Padme
Power
6.
Padme, the one that people can play. You got triple Hotshot, triple of the Yellow Bale, triple Charismatic, double yellow R2D2, triple the Warrior Clan, double Bamboozle, triple Faith in Your Friends, double Surprise Strike, triple Anakin, the yellow one that works with Padme, triple Cassian, triple Marin, triple Falcon, triple Waylay, triple Sudden Ferocity, double Ahsoka, triple Kira, double Plo, double Poe, and double Mace. Oh, that's annoying. Double Plo, double Poe. On the side, you got double of the Outer Rim Constables, because they're everywhere. Triple Spark of the Rebellion, double Blue Ace, double Commandeer, and a single Hero Enfys Nest. That's pretty similar to the one that we did last week, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
This is pretty similar. I think
I wouldn't do triple Bale though, because you already have triple Marin and double Bamboozle. You don't want to discard that many cards out of your hand. I assure you.
Yeah, I don't know exactly. Like my guess is each of them are there for their different purposes, right? Like Bale is there if you're going not against if you have to race, or if you're not going against a space deck, right? And then Marin's there to help with the space issues because again, all you have is Falcons. Which I will tell you, a Falcon with sudden ferocity on it is not a fun thing to deal with.
Just tell him to pick it back up. He'll be okay.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about Bamboozle in this deck? Do you think it's worth to carry Bamboozle in the main deck for this?
Yes.
I think so. Just it's another discard trigger for Padme, which you may not be thinking of because you can like do the alternate cost to pay, pitch the card and then ping with Padme. But also, it's just like a lot of annoying things exist, and you just kind of want to exhaust them. Or if you have like leaders with sudden ferocities now, or like Han pilot's coming at me, or Vader pilot or something, the Bamboozles are nice.
Yeah, like I think JJ there because you aren't running Confiscate. They unless we go away from a space meta, you have to have it because it just stops like all the other stuff, right? Like it stops everything. Like even though it can't get rid of your Luke, it can at least exhaust Luke for a turn.
Would you guys consider putting in Boshek pilot?
No, because you had no space.
Well, I mean, even if you deploy him as a ground unit, right? But like
you don't get the card draw unless he's an upgrade.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah,
but also, yes, actually, we did. When we spoke about Padme Tarkin Town, I think it was last week. We were talking about Boshek. Mm-hmm. I actually made a Padme Tarkin Town with Boshek in there, and it's funny. But like a lot of your important pieces you need are even. Because you got like your Karis, your Warrior Clan, your R2D2 and Bale are all even, and like your Kiras and this one Ahsoka are evens, but like your Surprise Strikes, your Bamboozles. So like the math is kind of wonky. You have to change it up a little bit, but not an insane amount.
That's fair.
Yeah. I think if you had more space units, which if you just change this and went more spacey, you could include Boshek 100%.
Yeah,
I don't know. I like the deck.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like the maces, but that's fine. Like
the
I
maces
get why
are
you
a
have
little
them.
bit strange, but man, does he just hate spies, right?
Yep. He just kills it, readies, kills it, readies, kills it, readies. Oh, sucks to be you.
I am the Senate now.
Yes. You tried to kill me, but did not die. All right. Well, let's move on to the next one. The next one is a Sabay Yellow. I thought this was actually pretty interesting. I can't remember. I think we covered a Sabay Yellow that I made.
Yeah, I believe you made
3 weeks ago. So this one I think is different than mine. So I thought maybe we should cover it. So JJ, you want to cover Sabay Yellow?
Yeah, absolutely. So we got 2 BD1s, 3 Hot Shot Blasters, 3 Bail Organas, 3 L337, 3 N1 Starfighters, 3 Bamboozles, 3 Faith in Your Friends, 3 Surprise Strikes, 3 copies of Visago, 3 Liberated Slaves, 3 Millennium Falcons, 3 Sanctional Shuttles, 2 Blue Aces, which I love that card art, it's so great. 2 Chancellor Palpatines, 3 Cunnings, 2 copies of Cantina Bouncers, 2 Long Raiders, and 3 Plo Koons and 1 Qui-Gon Jinn. And then in the sideboard here, we got 2 Bodies, which is actually really good. That's a set 1 card that we don't see enough that I think should be revisited for a lot of the newer decks. Definitely really good. 2 Spark of the Rebellions, 2 Waylays, and 3 Kiras to round off the list there. I like this double yellow deck a lot. Definitely works really well. I mean, even playing that Hunch Out Blaster, you're just putting into your resources and then just playing it for 2. Always really, really good. I think that this definitely has some legs on here. I love the addition of Cunning and Cantina Bouncers just to offer that bit of control. But it's really great. It looks like a lot of fun.
I don't know if I would have the Qui-Gon as a one-off though. Wouldn't like a Han Solo, if you're gonna have a one-off, be better?
I mean, the 7 attack is pretty nice, and like if they decide to put their card on top of their deck, you can dump it with Sabe, right? Her ability. So
yes,
unless you're advocating for more Qui-Gons, and which I would agree over Hans, because you
well,
can just
if you're gonna
do
run
things
more
like
of
that.
them, sure, yes.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if you're just gonna run 1 7-off, I would run Han. That's just me.
Sure. I think it's kind of weird that they have the N1s instead of like the Bravo Squadron ones, which is the 2-3 instead of the 3-2, but they have Saboteurs, so you can, get past their Space Sentinels. Oh, wait. Sorry, no, this is Atlanta. No one's running space. Never mind. You're good. 3-2.
Yeah, because there's a lot of other things. I think the other thing that they have so much 2-cost stuff in there, right? Like, I don't know, is Bale even needed, right? Like, I guess I know why you have
kind
Bale.
Of a weird.
It's for the Sanctioner Shuttle, man. That's what it's for. You play it, use it to discard a card, and then you can play Sanctioner Shuttle like a Vader.
Sure. I'm not sure if that's worth stripping a card out of my hand. Especially with how low to the ground this is, right? Like, you're plowing through all your cards. I guess maybe they're relying on Chikato Visago to draw more.
Yeah, I don't know.
The Palpatine's funny with Bale, so maybe that's also what they're trying to go for. Right? Because Bale just pitches a card and now you just have a ready 0/2 spy token.
Yeah, and when he attacks,
you get the clone.
He gets to make a clone. It comes in ready. It's actually like, if you're going to go the Bale route, it's good.
I think it's kind of weird to have like Palpatine in the deck, though.
Why?
I feel like there's just other better cards for that slot to give me the. Well, occasionally I get a 2/2 or an 0/2 raid 2 kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, like, Ahsoka fits in that spot.
Yep, you could have Ahsoka to discard and exhaust. You could put your Kira's main deck if you wanted.
Yeah. You can main deck Bodhi.
You could main deck Bodhi. That's a lot better.
But also, you don't have a lot of like look at their hand and then rip out card. But I guess with like Sabe, you already kind of have a general idea of what they're drawing, right? So if you notice that, like, hey, they're probably picking up a lot of these events that I see off the top of the deck that I'm allowing them to draw because I don't want them to have units, you might be able to main deck the Bodhies.
Yeah, I think that's how I would test that. So I like Bodhi. I think Bodhi, I agree. People underrate Bodhi sometimes for what he can do.
He's just like really good if you have other hand peek stuff.
Yeah. So I don't know. I like the Sabe deck. I agree with you. I don't know about the Palpatines, but all right. The next one we have is the 10th place in the pool 2. It is a Piat 30 red. This one has 3 of the probe droid, the red,
droids. Yeah,
the red probe droids. 3 of the Gonk power droids, 3 HK-47s, 2 Imperial Dark Troopers, 3 Force Chokes, 2 of the Take Flights, 3 Super Laser Techs, 1 Let's Call It War, and 2 Open Fire, 3 Resupplies, 3 MC-50s or 30s, 3 Overwhelming Barrages, 2 Craving Powers, 3 of the Ruthless Raider, 3 of the Invisible Hand, the green version, 2 Planetary Bombardments, 2 Turbo Salvo, 3 Devastators, 3 Flummoxes, and 2 blue-green Devastators. I don't know, what is it called?
Flummox.
It's a Flummox. It reminds me of a Plumbus. I don't know. What is it called?
I hear 2 different pronunciations. One's like the full Manatrix, and then there's like the full Metatrix. Like,
all right, JJ, what is the official term?
Fulminatrix.
Fulminatrix is generally what I hear more.
All right, so Flummox, where is that even from?
Flummox.
No, where is
isn't
I
that
know where Flummox is from, but where is that ship from?
I mean, it's just a word.
It's episode 7 when they're bombarding the car, right? The First Order.
Is that where this ship is from?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you meant like what the origin of Flummoxed is.
No.
And I'm like,
no.
oh, that's just a word. But okay.
No. The sideboard has 2 Relentlesses, 2. I give up. 2 Let's Call It Wars, 2 Confiscates, 2 Salvage, and I don't know, 2 of the Ambush are. I'm not even going to say the word because you're just going to make fun of me, but it's 2 of that ship.
The Architans.
There you go. So this deck should probably have Outer Rim Constable in it, right? Like you could just do that.
But he's not a droid. You have the Dark One Pro droids. They do functionally the same thing.
Kind of.
I mean, you
why don't people
knock off a pilot, but
sure.
But you want the droids for the Invisible Hand.
So this deck is just a ultra hardcore ramp deck that once it gets its top end, it just murders you. It's very weird to only see 2 Planetary Bombardments. Like, do you just never want to play a Planetary Bombardment? Like, feels to me like you
need
would.
Units down first, right?
I guess.
Like, first turn Gonk Droid, second turn you can drop the MC-30.
Yep.
Which is
assuming
very
your
good.
Gonk Droid lives, but yeah. That's
great. If you attack with your Gonk Droid, which, by the way, we revealed. So, best card in the game. Just swing with that, and then, turn to MC-30.
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet.
yeah, I was about to say, JJ, you would like that.
Yeah, I like it a lot, actually.
Yeah, just hope they don't run Waylay, and you're fine.
Well, if they do, I'm not as upset by that, right? Like, if you wasted your turn 2 waylaying the ship I played,
I mean, if I'm
the same
waylaying
thing the next turn.
30, I think I'd take that.
That's fine.
I can't just go the next 5/5 raid 1 that early in the game. But yeah, this is just like, green Invisible Hand, make droids do things. I still don't particularly like the Super Laser Techs in it. I think that's a little bit like you can build away from it. It's fine, guys. I totally swear.
They want 6 ramp pieces, man.
6 ramp? Or like 6 cards total, yeah. I mean, you could run like Resupply Carrier. That costs you 5 or 4.
The other is just more consistent. If you want ramp, if they want ramp, they want the consistency with being able to deploy turn 3 essentially.
Sure. But yeah, big ship, super ramp. I get it.
Yeah, I don't like the split between Let's Call It War and Open Fire, though. I don't that. I think you just go all Open Fire or go Let's Call It War. I don't also think you need Crave Power in there either. Like, you don't. You probably don't need.
OPs.
Yeah, you don't. You probably don't need 6 ramp cards and then 5 like let's destroy.
Oh no, you have Turbo Laser Salvo. You got more.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I don't think you need all of that. Like
I don't think
like
you need
the
craving OB and turbo laser salvo.
No, I agree. If you want to run the turbo laser salvo, that's fine with me. Like that's a pretty good card. That just dump the cravings to me. To me, I would just be dumping the cravings, I think.
This also just super loses any form of control, right? Because like your big ships, you don't have that many like big ships for a big ship deck, right?
It can lose. It can lose, and it doesn't lose. It depends. It depends on the type of control deck you are. Like that, I think this beats that Kira deck. I'll be honest with you.
Sure, but
like, I don't think this beats. I think this would beat the Jabba deck to some extent because there's not as much removal in that deck as like what are you gonna have on ground? Like once you kill Piat, they're not playing that other stuff. They're not gonna give you a ground unit to ambush into with Vader.
Yeah, that's fine.
So,
no, the you can ambush out the devastating gunships and swing up to like 5 health if you really need to, or more if Jabba's out. But I mean, they tend to have a higher attack, so they can do it. But you have like cravings and stuff. But we didn't even go over that deck, so whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. If it were me, I would. If you want to keep the turbos, I would get rid of the cravings. Is kind of probably what I would do. If you want to keep the cravings, then I would definitely dump the turbos, and I would have 3 planetaries in here, no questions asked. I don't. To me, that seems crazy not having 3 planetaries in there, and it also seems crazy not having 3 green devastators. That like to me befuddles the crap out of me.
Yeah, I mean,
you have all this ramp. Like, don't you want to play a green devastator? Everybody wants to play one of those.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the cravings in here. I mean, I get it because you could attach to like spaceships or like maybe even your own like Piet to make him last a little bit longer to make him drop those things a little bit more. But sad day when they have all those droid decks and still don't run the invasion control ship that gives them all raid too.
Yeah, that's true. Well, and they're also not running any of the space droid ships either, right? Like it's all the ground stuff. Like I don't think you need HK in here. Like just run the bombardment drones or whatever they're called, the Vanguard drone.
No, I mean you keep the HK. Those things are nasty. But yeah, like the TIE bomber or not the TIE bombers, the droid bombers. I could see.
I don't know. All right, well, let's move on to Crispy's deck. We have a Wat Tambor blue, another blue-green villainy.
All the blue-green villainy today. Yeah, so you got Wat Tambor. Fun fact, he sits on a throne. I got a showcase of him. It's great.
Yeah, for what, $30?
Not at the time. Yeah, so Wat Tambor, you know, one of your units was defeated this phase, you can give a unit +2/+2. There's some cool things. I got a local who's actually doing like yellow Wat Tambor with Unnatural Life. It's pretty wild. But yeah, so you got triple of the Corrupt Politicians. That's a new starter pack cards that came in Palpatine. They gain Sentinel if you have more units in them. So you got triple Corrupt Politician, double Emergency Powers, triple Krennic, triple Imperial Dark Trooper, triple Jar Jar Binks, triple Major Partagaz, triple Poggle. Love me some Poggle. Triple Entrenched, triple Chancellor Palpatine. The green one, obviously, not the double yellow. Triple Cobb, double Grievous. Grievous is unofficial, okay, so you get official things with him. Triple Newt Gunray. Triple Super Laser Tech. Look at that, you got to the 3rd road before you hit 4.
Yeah,
Triple of Vice Admiral Rampart. Triple OB. Triple I Am the Senate. Triple Maul and double Malevolence. In the side, you got double Eye of Aldani, triple Condemn, triple Slymore, and double Lando. So what do you think of this crazy deck, Tanner?
I don't know
with
where
a bunch of officials.
Yeah, I don't know where the top end is. This is like this feels kind of similar to Mon Mothma style, except for you have blue green villainy. I guess like Grievous works because he's an official. Like I guess I didn't think about that before. Like I think I would immediately be putting in here Emperor's Royal Guard, but again, we just play a lot of Palpatine. But you have a million officials in here, so it feels like you could do it. But I guess if you put a Sentinel down for 3 resources, then you're not playing something that can attack. And Watt's ability works very well because you get to give the unit another unit +2/+2. So
I mean, who cares if your spy dies, right?
Yeah, you don't care at all, and it just kind of goes back to the other thing. I have seen when Watt flips and then is able to play that Chancellor Palpatine. Like this gets crazy. You can also like build up like a Grievous, for example. And the best part is the Poggle makes this logical, right? Because Poggle, you have to kill Poggle, or he just keeps tokens that are going to die. That then you get to buff everything else. So I don't know. I like the deck. I don't really care for I Am the Senate, but I did watch Crispy play it, and it was absolutely hilarious.
Oh, if he plays I Am the Senate, you have to kill Partagaz like immediately, right? Or else I think just like one shots you.
Yeah. So it was pretty funny to watch that. And like I think Malevolence makes a thing, but this is an aggro deck, obviously, right? Mm-hmm. Like this has to be an aggro deck because you have no space presence again. Like you have no space presence.
Atlanta's a no-fly zone, man. I'm not sure if you noticed that.
Like you're just let me attack in. Let me attack in. Let me attack in. Like, what do you do if they don't interact with your board? Like, you don't ever get your +2. I like the deck overall. I think it's creative and I think it's cool.
I'd try it out.
I'm not sold on no space presence. I just I don't know.
I understand like the Newt Gunray, right? That seems like not the weakest card, but like one that like maybe I can see like cutting like a Newt Gunray, Eye of the Senate, and then like just adding in 3 Supremacy Ties. I mean, you got the triple entrench, so he actually thought about it, right?
Yeah.
And that helps.
Is there any blue droid? Or green droid, actual green droids?
Not good ones.
Okay. All right. Well, there you go then. That's the answer. Right? I meant like space one. Because you have the Magna Guard droid.
Yeah.
Those are okay. They're 3 costs.
The calculated Magna Guards are fine. Like, I mean, you got the Phase 3 Dark Troopers for droids, but you're talking space though, right?
Yes, 100% only space.
Yeah,
that's what I was saying. Like,
the devastating gunships are droids, but they're 5s.
Yeah. I don't know. What do you think, JJ?
I like this a lot. I'm actually a big fan of Cobb Vanth mainly because I played that a lot in my green JTL Thrawn deck, and you have a lot of targets in your deck already that kind of qualify for that Cobb Vanth combo on there. For me, I think I probably would have dropped Grievous to put something else in that place. That's the one card that feels out of place in this particular deck there. I mean, I would consider putting in even some Sentinel pieces, maybe some Dark Trooper Sentinels on there, just to have that piece on there with green. Or since you have a lot of green, maybe even putting in Yularen just to get another official and have some passive heals with all these other green cards that are in your deck there. I think that's probably a better fit. But overall, I like the top end. It definitely has enough punch to help end the game, as long as your opponent doesn't like completely decimate your board and control you there. This does rely on you having these pieces out on the board in order for you to kind of build up on it and build up on your board presence. But beyond that, pretty interesting deck so far.
Do you at least also appreciate, because I appreciate that Crispy did take the time to make sure it was Dagobah Swamp for his 30 health blue base.
Yes.
All right. Well, let's move on to the last deck I have. It is a Cad Bane blue. JJ, what is this deck?
Cad Bane.
I think we've seen this before.
Yeah, definitely.
I played Cad blue for a bit. Sorry.
Yeah. So you got 2 emergency powers, 3 McClunkies, 2 hotshot blasters, 3 aura sings, 3 Bazim Natals, 3 cartel spacers, 2 Garandons, 2 pike sentinels, 2 bamboozles, 3 Boba Fett's, 2 cartel jump masters, 2 mist hunters, 3 power of the dark sides, 2 waylays, 3 forlums, 2 lum pikes, 2 Boba Fett pilots, 2 Cad Banes, 3 Zuckuses, 2 Anakin Skywalkers, 3 Cad Banes, 2 Supreme Leader Snokes, and 2 Avengers. And then the sideboard, we got 2 copies of Grand Admiral Thrawn, 2 Fel the Dragons, 2
Enticing reward, not enticing reward.
yeah, it's
Unrefusable offer.
unrefusable offer.
The cooler one.
2 no good to be deads, and 2 confiscates to round off the list there. This deck seems like a lot of fun. However, I think that some of the pieces could be changed a little bit just to give it a little bit more synergy, possibly. But beyond that, I like this a lot. I mean, just having the combo with Bazine and Garandon, you're controlling your opponent's hand really, really well. I've actually had this played against me with my guard deck, where if they happen to have that initiative, stealing that first round play or that second round play from your opponent's hand can absolutely devastate their their power or their gosh, what the heck was the word I'm trying to say? Their tempo. That's what I'm trying to say. And then combine that with Garandon back to back. I mean, you can really ruin your opponent's starting hand there. But yeah, really strong there. I like this deck a lot. I'm surprised it didn't do a little bit better, but probably just needs a little bit more work to get more synergy off there and do continuous damage with this. It's really good.
Probably didn't do well because it respected space.
Yeah. Turns out.
No, my only thing is that it's a little bit strange to me after running a lot of Cat Blue that they don't have No Glory somewhere within their like 60
Yeah.
cards.
hmm
Like I would
Yeah, you don't need those Boba
take
Fett
that over
pilots.
Fel. Ooh, no, I love the Boba Fett pilots. Cut the long pikes.
No,
I mean,
cut the Boba Fett pilots, keep the long pikes.
No, you have
Mhm.
those Boba Fett pilots do so much work.
yeah,
You
but you gotta
really
have transports, right? And currently, right now, you have
the
At BIATL,
Jump
they probably
Master
had.
and the Mist Hunters.
yeah, that's
But
4 though. That's 4 transports out of your deck.
sure,
Like
I would
that's
also run a little bit more. I would run 3 Mist Hunters, 3 Contracted Jump Masters, but also like the +2
fire strike.
+3 and 2 damage is pretty nice. And worst comes to worst, it's a 5/4 shielded, but it's also a bounty hunter. And so it triggers things like the Miss Hunter. I also have Relentless Pursuits instead of Waylays, which would also help
Yeah,
a lot more with the bounty hunter synergy of having the Boba Fett's. But I dig the deck. I'm still not a big fan of Lom Pike. Probably caught that for like straight up no glories, or like a third Miss Hunter, third contract Jump Master.
yeah.
When has Lom Pike ever saved you from a game, Tanner? You're shaking your head.
Oh, I don't know. Back at set 2 with Kira. But
Mm.
I don't. Okay. In this deck, though, they work very well because you can play them out, right? And then you can use McClunky on it if you really need to, because they are Underworld as well. And they can also shield your Cad Bane. So, like, the turn they come out is a turn before Cad Bane comes out. And if you don't have something else to play, I like the smuggle piece. I know you hate that card for whatever reason.
I don't hate it. I just like
You do.
don't find a
You hate
spot
that
for it
card.
in the decks. I would cut it for most other things.
See, I would cut the Boba Fett. If it were me, I would cut Boba Fett's before I cut Lon Pikes. But that's just me. I don't see the Boba Fett's has ever been anything but hell for me. Like they just confiscate it or Fang Fighter it or remove it with that stupid constable guy now. Like I get the point of being able to buff up your space units. I just do not agree. I do not like it personally. I also don't like that cartel spacer either. But I would probably rather have the shielded 2/2 guy in there. Whatever his name is.
Shielded 2/2. Oh, like the crafty smugglers.
Yeah, crafty smugglers. Yeah. I mean, you can put secret sage, right? But crafty smuggler is better because you don't.
Yeah,
care
and that's the
force.
underworld trade.
Yeah,
It's more crafty. Yeah,
it is more crafty.
The Beastie Boys love crafty.
I mean, like I like cartel spacers. Don't get me wrong; they're not a bad card. They also could be looking. The other thing you could look at is that the plots that snub nose fighter, right, would probably work. Like if I were to replace Lon Pikes, I would put snub pilots in there because they're a plot card that can kind of come out, and then it's another ship for Boba to sit on. If I kept my Boba Fett's, I don't know. This deck doesn't have a lot of removal though.
Fighters. Yeah, the blue cads tend not to. They're just like solid tempo swing decks. It's mostly just like the top end that you get the blue from, which is why I'd like the Avengers actually make a lot of sense. The Snokes are really good. The Anakins make sense, especially with the Bamboozles, and the Pike Sentinels are really nice early on. But now you got emergency powers.
I would probably want my Thrawn's main deck over my Snokes, but it's just because I'm jealous. I like Thrawn's, so
yeah.
I mean, the Snokes really helping that. Yeah, the Snokes helping that Vader matchup if you manage to get there.
Well, we just learned that nobody plays Vader anymore, so
that's true. Or Sabine, I guess.
Or Sabine's.
Yeah, I do like my Relentless Pursuits. I think those are still pretty valuable because they give shields to your guys. But
that I agree with too, though. I 100% agree with the Relentless Pursuits, but a lot of people moved away from that. I don't know. I guess we didn't cover the top 16 Cad Bane Tarkentown. I bet it's in that deck. So, well, all right. Well, thank you all for joining us tonight. Next week we will be back with another amazing episode. JJ will not be allowed to watch the Giants while we play because he will just be very upset as the Giants continue to get smoked. They will be 2-10 after next Sunday. So.
Yeah, I probably can see that's probably going to happen for sure.
Yeah, I mean, if you would like to wager a showcase on it, I could use another showcase. DJ came down to like $100, so.
Oh, nice! I might have to pick that up.
Like it's kind of hard. Some of these showcases is kind of hard not to just like. Bail is down to $51, and it's like, if it comes down a little bit more, I don't know if I care enough to buy a Bail showcase for $60. You have a what?
I have a Bail showcase.
I'll give you $40 for it. There you go.
Nah, it's okay. I think I would keep. I traded I pulled 2 C3POs, so I traded 1 C3PO for that.
Yeah. I still have my C3PO. I haven't traded my C3PO yet. I don't know if I'll ever play the C3PO. I mean, I will say, like, when we talk about showcases, right? Like, that's the one that looks like kind of like the cool compared to some of the other things. Like,
I don't know why everyone thinks it's so cool.
It has the Telzin vibes to it. That's why I like it.
It's got a circuit board for a background, which is admittedly much better than Luthen Real's, like, I'm Scruff McGruff against a brick wall kind of look, but
yeah,
it's okay.
I don't know. I can't get rid of my Palpatine. I have some set 4 showcases I would trade you possibly for a Bail. Like, I don't know which ones I have that you would actually. I probably have almost all of them. I got a Phasma this week, but
oh, nice.
So that's cool. I'll probably, now that we have a lot of like first order stuff, like I feel like I could probably make a first order deck out of that, like, and not feel too bad if it once things rotate. Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, on the showcase talk, if you would like to buy Tanner showcase, there you go. That's the showcase. I really want a Bail, but not that bad. And I really want a DJ. Like, I do really want the DJ just because, like, we have no idea whether it's going to be good or bad next set. And so, like, it's probably a bad investment to spend $100 on it. And then next set, when all the good shit rotates, you're just kind of screwed. And it drops to like $10. But I don't know. It might still be good. Leia went down to $50 too. So what I need is Satine to hit that $50. As soon as Satine hits $50, I'm buying Satine.
I have a Satine showcase.
Yeah.
I traded my Kylo showcase and a Hyperspace HK for a Satine and Java showcase. So I'm excited.
Yeah, I don't have the Satine Showcase. The only one I got was I bought Deidre for this set just because I really like.
Of course,
I'm just very. I like
sitting in a throne.
Yeah, well, do you have a Palpatine Showcase too yet?
I'm actively working on that and in the process of making deals for it.
No, I know somebody that has one, so
Yeah, me too. It's probably the same person.
yeah, and they'll probably let it go pretty cheaply. But anyway, with that being said, we will be back next week, with another amazing episode of Planning Phase Syndicate. Thank you all. Have a good night, and we'll see you on the flippity flop.
Have a good night, everybody.
Thanks for listening.